when I posted this morning what we're going to do is some questions stuff, but we've run across some things today that we really need to go over. I've been talking with Joshua, texting with Joshua May, talking with Jeremy, talking with Steve Rattery on a customer he had, and some things that he ran across that he's dealing with, and that's what I'm going to pinpoint on tonight and reach out. I'll show the screen here in a minute, but as we're talking with Steve and dealing with this possibly about the last week and a half, 2 weeks, talked with him last week with an account he had over in Florida and stuff. He actually had a pricing for solar panels from a company in Florida, and he's reached out to get a price match through GeoStellar. He's had some problems getting contacts back from them. And so what we've done is we've taken and reached out to Joshua May. As of last night, I was on there and I asked him a few things on the meeting real quick, and I had to get off. I had to leave at another appointment I had to get to. But what we're facing right now is something that I want to bring up and I want to point out to y'all, because you're going to run into this. And let me share my screen real quick with y'all. And you see this, and I'm going to post this up tonight as soon as I can get it loaded up. I am going to post this up. Where did it go? This right here. Okay. To let you know this, Steve on here, he had a customer that they came back. The size of the panel is 300, whatever. Total cost of the system was $75,800. Doesn't matter what size panel or anything like that. This is what they were looking at. The ITC credit, they told them, this company told them, hey, we're giving you a 30% credit on your panels. One thing that Jeremy and I have been texting back with Steve and stuff like that, said, look, the ITC credit, 30%, is what everybody gets from the federal government. Okay? Hands down. So if you're talking with a customer and they say, well, this company's giving me a 30% ITC credit. Sorry, is that the ITC credit, or are you giving me the ITC credit plus another 30% from you? Because if not the 30% from you, the 30% is what everybody gets, no matter what solar company I use. Okay? Hands down. Plain and simple. Now, I've typed this stuff up. I figured the numbers up. It was $75,800 cost. If we can come in same price match everything, and inverters and stuff, that don't matter. You're getting the crew plus with us, the financing and stuff. You'll get another dollar amount from there. I don't have those numbers in there, but this other company may come in at $75,800 plus the ITC credit, which is 30% of $75,000. Total cost of the system is $52,060. Sorry. Phone. Hang on. Quiet. All right. Now, that's what it's going to be if the cost of the system is $75,800. No matter what solar company it is, you get 30% ITC credit. They're looking at $52,060. They're looking at an ITC credit of $22,740 from the government. No other incentives, no rebates or anything. This is what the ITC credit is taken off, the $75,800. You may have more ITC credits or any other incentives. That's fine. Here, let me shrink this screen, get this out of the way. Get it up out of here. Close this. All right. Now, what? I've got somebody typing something in the chat. I'm trying to read it. It won't come up. Let me go on here. Okay. So, the overall ITC credit is $22,740 from the government, with no other rebates, no other incentives from any of the city, state, government, whatever. Okay. They're looking at, now, if you take that $22,740, the government has the option to give it to you the first year, second year, third year. As you see, I divided it up into 3 years. $7,580 each year towards your tax credit on your income tax. Okay, now, that large amount right there, more than likely the government might not give it back to you. On the 3 years, it might, $7,580. You're going to get it, but they have the option to divide it up. The $22,740 income tax credit, ITC, divided by 5 years is $4,548. I think the 5 years is the maximum that they can go with it. I don't think they can go any further. They might go 7. Double check. I'm just giving you, this is some quick information that I've run across tonight, and I've been trying to get you information out here. This is stuff that you can talk to your customer. Okay, as you can see here, I want you to see on this line right here, okay, and I'm putting this out here for everybody to see. We owe $12,000 in taxes. Some for last year, the year before, my wife and I. This year, being upfront, showing you this, to be honest, and let you know where the numbers are going, okay? $12,000 to the IRS. We're dealing with them, taking care of it, everything. I had a $10,500 credit this year for my panels. I had them installed last year. The government only gave us $7,500 this year in an ITC credit. That left us with $3,000 owed to us. Instead of the government taking the full, what we owed them, $12,000, minusing the $10,500, they only took $7,500 this year. We will get an ITC credit, income tax credit, next year's on our taxes of $3,000. They're going to hit us this year, what's left through this year, with possibly penalties and, accrued interest for this year, because instead of taking the full $10,500 that they're supposed to give us off the $12,000, they're just giving us $7,500 this year. I'm pointing this out to you because you are going to run across this with companies that are saying, we're giving you this credit, we're doing this and this, that, and stuff. No, this is the government credit you're getting. Everybody gets it. You can talk to this to your customers. Now, the next stage that I'm fixing to talk to you about is longer ITC credit, $3,000 ITC credit. Somebody's got please turn it off. We will owe $1,500 next year after our $3,000 credit, which is no problem. We've already paid most of it off already. What I'm trying to get at is, now, you will be looking at customers that go, oh, they're giving me 30% credit. Let your customers know everybody's getting this. The question is, which is different as far as I know with you, Stellar and stuff and the financing, is that if you do not turn in this ITC credit you get back from the government to the finance company, is my interest rate going to go up? And is my payment going to go up for the panels? With GeoStellar and the financing we have right now with the companies, it is not. You can take it, as Rob has stated in his other meetings that he's done. You can take that money, you can go on a cruise, you can pay your bills off, you can do this and that. Your interest rate and your payment is not going to go up. It might add a year or two to your overall payment, but they are not going to penalize you. This is something that you strictly need to pass along to your customers, because they are not going to face the interest rate going up, and they are not going to face the payment going up. With dividend, when we were dealing with them, when we first started dealing with Crew, it came in at, Jeremy, I think it was 3.99% interest rate of 4.99. If you did not apply the ITC credit, earned income tax credit that you get back, if you did not apply that after 16 or 18 months of the next year, your interest rate went up to 6.79 and your payments went up. This is a very important thing to pass along to your customers. They might think right away they're getting a better deal and stuff like that. In the long run, it's about what is best for your customers and where are they going to be in the overall aspect by going with us versus them. Granted, we've got some glitches and other things that we're dealing with. I've been texting Joshua May today. He's on a conference call. I can't get with him right now. We will be talking. Jeremy and I were both texting him today on some projects that we dealing with pricing that we've lost and versus what their utility bill is versus what the solar is. Not saying anything's wrong with them, but it's something that we have got to get in place and set up. But I wanted to pass along this information on the ITC credit because people think, oh, great, they're giving us a 30% credit. No, everybody gets that. And that's something that you can pass along to your customers that, no, it's not just a special thing to them. This is something that everybody gets. Okay. I read the text and everything. So let me unshare this. I'm going to stop the share and I'll get on here and I'll take it right now. Okay.
Are you ready for a question, did you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you. This is a good point. Some of it I'd thought of, some of them I hadn't thought of that. When you're saying that you had X amount coming, but the government decided that they would give you part of it, what do you know? What can you tell us about how they decide how much?
I cannot. That is up to the IRS and what they give you credit on. We file our taxes. We've been dealing with lawyers and stuff, taking care of it. And they just come back and it said with my income tax, when we filed them this year, they said you're getting $7,500 back credit for the solar panels. How they decided that, I have no idea. That is strictly, and you know the IRS, that is strictly, as far as I know, up to them. There's no, as far as I know, there's no set standard or whatever. It's strictly, so say you're supposed to get $3,000 back next year on your income tax, and you're due, like what I showed you with C, $22,740. They might give it all back to you. Along with the $3,000, you might get $25,000 back. You may not. They may divide it up 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't think. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, and so in saying you owed $12,000, are you saying at the end of the year you owed them another $12,000, or throughout the year your full tax burden was $12,000?
No, overall we owed them $12,000 for this year and last year.
Okay, then if they had given you the full $7,500, they would really have to give you like a refund for that. It's not like just.
No, we owed them $12,000 flat out. They took $7,500 off.
Okay, so flat out. So are you both entrepreneurs where you pay it quarterly, or you having it come out your weekly check? That's what I was trying.
No, I'm not having anything come out on a weekly check. I don't even deal with them. I got a lawyer and dealt with that. I decided not to even mess with them.
And so your wife also does not have. Most people that have a regular job.
Yeah.
It slowly pays their taxes for them, and so I was just trying to.
No, we were paying in monthly, but we just ended up owing. And this year I got hit. So this year we got hit extra hard.
All right, so at the end of the year you owed another $12,000 to them still?
No. We owed overall in the last couple of years we owed $12,000 outright.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
So what we did was we took the $7,500 off. We owed $4,500. Instead of them taking the full $10,500 off that we're getting back from the ITC credit, they split it up this year, and then next year they're taking another $3,000. So we owe $1,500.
Hey, Lane. Yeah. Look, here's the bottom line. I've been dealing with the IRS with returns for the past 3 years. I mean, look, they're going to get whatever they want. It's a nightmare. So I appreciate you bringing this up, but I think your point being, which is one of ours with GeoStellar's key points, is the fact that yes, you're going to get a 30% tax break. We cannot guarantee how that works out for you.
Exactly.
It depends on your taxes. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your tax attorney, go to your tax person or your CPA or whoever.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. But in addition, whatever you get back, we are not going to penalize you if you choose not to pay GeoStellar or Crew at this point.
Right.
And that's the key. And that really, I will say, the last person I spoke to, and I think they have forgotten this because I think they went to somebody else, is listen, if you want to take that, $5,000, whatever that tax break is, and you don't want to pay it back, you're not going to get penalized. You're still going to get the 2.99% interest or whatever your credit rating has approved with GeoStellar. This is what you're going to pay. If you do, you get it paid off faster. You get the loan paid off faster, and you get the free electric faster. But yeah, it's up to you. If you want to spend that and pay off a credit card that's giving you 17 or 20% interest, do that first, because we got a better deal for you. We're a great financial bank, quite honestly, at the 2.99%. We really are. And we need to drive that home more. And you're right, Lane, because look, government's going to get what they're going to get. We can't win against them. They're the house.
Yeah.
You don't win against the house, right?
Right. Yeah.
Lane, I'm making a receipt right now. I'm fighting them right now, and they want another $2,000, $2,500 from me. And I'm like, are you guys freaking kidding me?
Right.
But so I think I get it. So you know, I just want you to know, and I think you're right. I think what GeoStellar offers through us at that percentage rate is so low.
Right.
And we do not penalize. What can we do to get that point across in a stronger format? Like whether it's a marketing piece added in or something. Lane, you're on target. You're on target. That is key.
Yeah.
That is key.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, Susan, I've ran across this. Jeremy and I were talking with Steve, who's on here tonight, and we talked to him last week, and he actually got a copy of the estimate from the other installer and stuff. And granted, they're delayed, but with Joshua and Jeremy, I want to let you and Steve both know Joshua's reached out to me, and he wants to get together and see what we can do. But what I wanted to point out when I was texting Steve and he was texting Jeremy and he's texting me back, he said, well, they gave him a 30%. And I'm like, well, okay, 30% is what everybody gets from the federal government. Now, if they give them 30% more, which I doubt it's going to happen, 30% more, you're talking about 60% off a $75,000 system. I doubt that solar company going to take $42,000 off the cost of the system. They're just telling them, hey, we're giving you a 30% credit. No.
They're using it as a marketing tactic. Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's a marketing piece. You're going to get another 30% off of this. So actually your price is only going to be $50,000 or whatever.
Right.
It's bullshit. Yeah. It's a line, it's a marketing line.
And that's why when I was talking with Jeremy earlier, and I got some text from Steve and stuff, I'm like, okay, they are not about the customer.
Right.
Sorry. We are about the customer. We are like, that's okay, right. You know what? Everybody gets the 30%. With Crew, you get the Crew discount, this and that. But you know what? You have got, okay, you're going to get your 30% from the government. Cool, that's great. But is your interest rate going to go up, and is your payment going to go up if you don't pay that ITC credit back to the finance company?
That's the bottom line. Yep.
Yes. With us, it's not. And we can type anything up we want on paper and talk to them. But when you sit and talk to the customer and say, everybody gets the 30%, is your interest rate going up if you don't pay it next year or in 16 months or when the next tax cycle? And
that's a great thing. Like, wouldn't it be great to have a document maybe with that kind of a specific set? Okay, if their objection is the whole 30%, ask them to investigate investigate or against competition. Ask them to go to the competition and say, hey, on that 30%, if I don't give you back that 30% next year, is my rate going to go up? Like things to ask for the customer to investigate, right?
Yes.
Or
yes.
we'll call for them. Give me that. Give me the other guy. Let me call. I will ask the questions. You can be on the phone with me, and let's make sure that they're offering you what they say they're offering you. I am an advocate for you. I will do this for you because I want to find out too. Hey, if they got a better deal and they're giving you another percent, you should go to them. And I'm going to say, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? I think we're going to find out, right, that they're full of shit. And that's not what the deal is. So we're going to be honest, transparent. Here's what we're giving you. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing I'm trying to point out here. And I talked with Jeremy, and I told Jeremy, I'm sorry, but I'm on fire about this. I said, because they're trying to let Steve know to his customers that, hey, we're giving you 30%.
Bullshit.
Excuse me, let the customer know you're getting 30%, but that's because the government's giving it. They're not giving it to you.
Hey, and you have to have a tax break to get the 30%.
Yes.
If you're a retired person, guess what? It does you no good.
Right.
If you're
exactly.
a low income person, this does you very little good.
Right.
It's not a promise.
Right.
That your price is going to go from 70 to 50 grand. It just is not.
Right. But what the most important thing, Susan, is that you were talking about earlier and I was mentioning is if I do not apply or do not get the tax credit, the full tax credit, which I'm due, but if I do not get it based on, and this has to do with the IRS, and it's along the lines on how they operate, and we know how they operate. But if I do not get this, I do not apply this to my loan next year or the next year, is my interest going up? Is my payment going up? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's going to go up a little bit. Well, what if they take my $22,740, I think it was, that I showed, and they divide it over 5 years? That means next year I get $44,548. The next year I get $4,484, and I apply that. If I don't apply all of this ITC credit to what I owe the finance company, well, we're going to increase your interest rate until you pay it all off. So that means over the next 5 years, instead of me looking at 2.99, 3.99 interest rate, over the next 5 years, I might be looking at a 7.99 and 8.99.
Oh, probably higher, yeah.
Yeah, it increased in payments until I pay this all off over the next 5 years.
Yep.
With crew, what you need to understand and pass along, and I'm saying this because I'm going to post this up on the stuff, the YouTube and everything. This is something that everybody needs to understand that you're dealing with. Our interest rate, dealing with GeoStellar and the finances and stuff, your interest rate's not going to increase. Once you're approved, you may not come in at 2.99. You may come in at 3.49, 3.59.
But it's locked in.
It's locked in.
Regardless of any action you take from here on out.
And when you sign them papers and they tell you, we got you in at 3.4. Your payment's going to be on your solar $210 a month. Even if we have to add a couple years onto the end because you keep the ITC credits, your payment's going to be $200 and some odd dollars a month. It is not going to increase onto you. And when you pass it along to your customer and you tell them, look, I'm not, you know what, I need to make a living at what I'm doing with this business. I just want to make sure you understand I am not pushing this for a sale. Right. I want you to have solar. I want you to have the best price. I want you to have the best interest rate. It's not going to increase when we come to you with the final numbers and the design. This is what you have. It is not going to increase based on the ITC credit or nothing. When we tell you it's going to be $210 a month, your interest rate is 3.4, 2.99. This is what you have. It is not going up.
You want to inform the customer with all the information you have so they can make the best decision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bottom line. I want you, customer, to make an informed decision. Note that I give you this price,
Yeah.
this interest rate, this monthly payment. Whether you pay it back with your ITC credits or you don't,
Right.
there is no penalty, period.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. You don't get that with a bank. You don't get that with anybody. Yeah.
And that's why when I was talking with Jeremy and Steve tonight and texting with Steve, I told Jeremy, I said, I talk about this. I'm sorry. I am so fired up about this and upset that I have to put this out there. And you can tell, normally I'm kind of laid back and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, no, people and crew out there, when you watch this video, learn this. This is something you need to, you can tell him 3 questions. ITC credit. This is what I'm getting. Everybody gets it. My payment is this. If I do not pay back the ITC credit, is my interest rate that's say here going to go up? Plain and simple, and are my payments going up? 4 questions. Hands down.
Right. Hey, Steve, by the way, where are you at? I'm in Florida. I'm in Orlando. Steve, are you in Florida?
You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, Steve's in Alabama, but he has a customer
in Florida. I'm in Alabama.
Florida. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said he was in Florida.
He has a customer in Alabama.
I just happen to work Florida.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need any help, let me know. I'm down here.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
See, there's something else that I wanted to pinpoint, and somebody told me about this happening here a few years ago in Texas, that there was I don't know if they were doing solar water heaters or solar panels to up an AC system or something like that. There was an AC and solar panel combo, something or another. Well, what they were doing was they were in the contract, kind of that small print that a lot of people just glance over. The ITC credit went to the contractor that was doing the install. So the homeowner, it was in the contract that it went to them instead of the homeowner. So they were lining it up so they could get that, and they were giving them a yada yada price. And what was happening was the customer's thinking they're getting a 30% or whatever, and they don't get it. But here's the one thing, if y'all ever think about this, if you've ever went to a car dealership looking at a car, they want to get you in the car, they want you to smell that new car smell, they want you to drive it, they want you to feel it and enjoy it. And the first thing they want you to sign the papers before you leave. They want to get you in the moment. They don't want to give you time to think about it. They want you to get caught up in the wow now versus time to think about it.
It's an emotional decision and not an educated decision.
Exactly. And the one thing is this company that Steve's sister's dealing with, that unless I'm mistaken, if you do a contract, you have 3 days to get out of it. You can opt out in 3 days, if I understood correctly. Now, if she signs it today, she'd have till the end of Friday to say, no, I don't want to do this. I thought about it and I don't want to do it. Well, they're pushing to have an AC installed Friday. Now, what do you think happens if I install that AC Friday morning and Friday afternoon she changes her mind? Well, now she's probably locked in a contract because they installed it. They want to get you in the emotional part because they know it's going to take time to get all your permits, inspections, all that stuff's going to take time. We've learned this, but the customer doesn't know that. And if the customer turns around and has a chance, see now, well, we've already provided a service. We've already installed the AC. It's kind of like buy one of this really cheap brand car and we'll give you one free.
Can I just say something about the whole AC thing? I just had mine done like 2 months ago. I just moved into a new house. AC people and salespeople are the worst ever. I had people, like the first guy that came highly recommended. I have a 860-foot square house, came in at $6,500 for an 860 square foot home. So that was on a Friday. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was all in the emotional thing. I signed up and they were going to come Monday. Saturday morning, I woke up and I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds really expensive. I think I should ask some other people. Lo and behold, by the time thing was I got it done for $3,500. It's anybody can sell you anything they want, right? And it's showing that we're legit, we're honest, and you can call me. I live in the neighborhood. Whatever. I am your advocate. I am not here to sell you and be done and be gone. And because that happens every single day. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Jeremy. God.
And see, the one thing about that, Susan and Jeremy and Karen's got a question, and we have her ask. But the one thing that they're pushing the AC, you know why they're pushing it by Friday? Because like Jeremy said, on the contracts that we deal with, even the AC, I had one put in last July, just after, or no, last July, right after my solar panels. I had a new AC system put in. I got a great deal though. I knew the guys, they gave me a great deal. But what it is after you sign a contract, you have most places you have 3 business days. After that, you're locked in.
Yep.
So that's why they're trying to push for them to get it by Friday before any other numbers can come in for them. And the people usually don't even think about it. But I thought about it, and I looked around after they gave me the deal on my AC, and I did get the best deal, really good deal. But I'm saying is they've got a 3-day window. They say 3 days you can cancel with no penalties, nothing. And they're trying to get that established because they signed the contract today, the 30th. So they got till September 1st, and after that, they're locked in.
Yep.
Yeah. Karen, what's your question?
Well, first I want to say thank you for the whole issue about ACs and being locked in, because in 6 months or so I want to install a new AC system on my house. So thank you for that example. I'll keep that in mind. So a question going back to your thing that you had 12,000, no, excuse me, you had 10,000 coming, but they only gave you 7,000. You have 3,000 left, something like that.
We had 10,500 due on the ITC credit.
Okay. So since I just want to make sure I understand this, I think I do.
Okay.
So since you didn't get the $3,000, then assumably your loan amount goes up from whatever it was to actually $3,000 higher. And so you would, one of the phrases you use that is that you could just, the loan payments would stay the same amount, and it would just take you longer to pay it off. Or I think you were also suggesting that if it comes the second year, you could still give them that, but the bank is out that $3,000 they thought they were getting. So it's not a penalty. They're not raising your interest from 2.99 to something else. But since it's still owed, I'm just wondering, where does GeoStellar put that $3,000? Because it seems like it should go somewhere.
Well, okay, and I understand. Let me let you know something.
And maybe you want to clarify that with Joshua, but whatever. But anyway, that's fine.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to point out is the $12,000 is what we owed the IRS. Okay.
Understood.
We had a $10,500 credit from our solar panels, the ITC credit.
Right. Would you put those numbers up again so we could maybe see that as we're talking? That would just, for me, it would be handy. Maybe others listening.
I'm not sure if that's on there, but let me see. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
My wife and I, we owed $12,000 to IRS. We only got $7,500 this year on our credit, our tax, from our solar panels. Next year, we get a $3,000 credit, which equals the total of $10,500.
Got it.
Okay. Now, this is going to the IRS. We are not paying this towards solar panels. This is something that we're going to pay our taxes with. We owe them. They're going to take it. They're not going to give it to us. They're giving us credit. We will owe on our panels the difference of $10,500. It may extend it about another year, 2 years.
All right, that's just what I'm asking. So you're saying that basically your loan was going to be the numbers are gone now.
Okay, to let you know this, the numbers, the cost of my panels were $35,000
Okay.
minus the $10,500.
Wait, I'm sorry. So that's not the one you had on the screen. There were $35,000 was the cost.
$35,000 plus a $10,500 credit.
Oh, plus the 10. So it was a 40.
No,
$5,000.
I'm sorry, minus the $10,500 credit.
Okay.
Because we had a
10,000.
30% off of 35,000 is
So it makes it 24,500 was going to be your loan amount.
let's see, 35,000 overall minus the 30% is $10,500. That's the credit that we were due.
Right. So that means your loan would have been for 24,500.
Right. But since we owed the taxes, that's going to what we owe on the taxes and not being applied to the solar panels. So we'll have to extend our loan a couple of years or whatever. Now,
all right. So, but I'm trying to pin down what you're going to do now. So since it was 35,000 minus the 10,005, that means your loan amount was going to be, if all of the ITC got to be applied, would be 24,500.
Right.
But 3,000 of it you actually didn't get, and you're actually probably not going to pay them. You're just going to add it to your loan.
No, we're going to get it next year on our taxes.
I know, but I thought you said you were not going to take it and send it to GeoStellar. You were just going to keep it.
No, this is being applied to what we owe out of the $12,000 in taxes.
I know. I'm concerned with GeoStellar. Next year, when you get your 3,000 ITC credit, the other part, are you planning to send that to GeoStellar or not?
It's not going to GeoStellar. I have a different finance company. GeoStellar was not around when we.
Does anybody understand my question?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know where she's coming from. The 3,000 that you get next year that'll be applied to your taxes, that's not going to your financing the panels.
No, we did not have GeoStellar. GeoStellar was not around when I had my panels put on.
Right.
Different finance.
Thank you. Then let's go through this example. If it had been GeoStellar,
yeah,
what would happen in this situation? In the second year, when that $3,000 is sitting there, what would happen if this had been a GeoStellar situation? That's what I'm looking for an example.
Nothing would happen. If it came in where I was at 2.99 for 12 years, my payment's going to be this. It was credited this year, whatever, my first year. Next year, my interest rate would not go up. My payment would not go up after the first year of just interest. The next year, for the next 12 years,
Karen,
my interest payment, my payment would be $200 for an example. It would not be. All that would be done is that they would add a year or two on till I paid off the difference of the $10,500.
Yeah, the
which
basic part is. Yeah, well, Karen, I think what you're looking for is whether he used the ITC credit for paying whatever he owed with the IRS or used it for something else. Whatever the difference was, the principal will be added to the loan until he pays it off. That's the only real difference.
Thank you.
I think that's what you're looking for.
So if the income tax credit didn't come the first year,
right?
So that's the word for it. It would be added to his principal, which is what I was suggesting. That the 3,000 he didn't get would be added to his 24,500, and he would be having a loan actually for 27,500.
Yeah, I mean the thing is anything that he doesn't pay from the ITC credit, whatever he doesn't pay from that, if he doesn't pay anything or if he only pays half of it, that part, whatever the difference is, gets added on at the end.
Okay, well, thank you. In this example, that was 3,000. We don't need to beat the dead horse because what you just said is his loan would go to 24,500 if this was a GeoStellar issue.
What I've just done is I put up the $12,000 we owed in taxes. I minus $7,500 this year that they gave us credit for. We owe the IRS $4,500.
Okay, fine.
Going into next year. I've already paid most of this back right now, but next year on our taxes, we get the $3,000 difference from the $10,500. We owe
Okay.
$1,500. We paid almost all that back. So next year, as of going right now, we are going in pretty much owing the government zip. Going into at the end of this year's taxes, going into next year and filing, we pretty much owe them zip. So we should be getting money back with our taxes next year from them. They'll owe us. They'll give us the $3,000 credit that they owe us. They said they were going to apply because they said in the information we got with our taxes this year, they will be applying it to next year's taxes. So
Thank you. I get it.
yeah, I'm already $3,000. We're already $3,000 plus. We owe them $1,500. I pretty much paid that off this year so far. So anything that I file this year, business-wise and anything, which pretty much should be a return to us. And
Okay, that's fine. So it looks like you're not sending any of your income tax credit to the creditor for your solar panel.
no,
And just
and
get
I'll
that
You're
just
just taking.
right. I will just have to deal with the payments with the financier on the solar panels from there.
Which
All right. Well, thank you. I'll ask my question to Jill Stellar, or maybe it's getting too complicated here.
No, but Karen, so that what you're saying is maybe there should be two payment options on our proposals. One is, okay, we pay interest, you pay interest the first year, we give you the option to pay back what you can from your tax return.
Uh-huh.
And if it is at 30%, great. So here's what your payment would be. If you choose to keep that 30% tax credit, here's what your monthly payment would be. Because those are different monthly payments.
Yeah, they're very different. The current
Well-
the current GeoStellar amount assumes the full 30% will
Right.
be applied
Exactly.
in that first year. That's how it's computed.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying that you need to understand. The first year, it always shows up. You're just paying
It's
the
all
interest.
Right.
Like say $90 a month.
Right.
Okay.
We get that.
Okay.
And what we're saying
Now,
is to be
what-
transparent.
but what they're showing is the next year include your payment is $200 a month for your solar panels. And I get what y'all are talking about. I said, okay, if you do not apply the ITC credit, you need to understand we might end up adding a year or two extra to pay off that basic principle on the panels. Correct? Is that what y'all were asking?
Well, that is what we are, and I was just clarifying that for sure the GeoStellar amount, the $200, is based on you applying the full amount. So that's like very useful for us to know what that is factually.
Well,
You and I have
no, because they have said if you do not pay the ITC credit back to them, they are not going to raise your payment. They're not going to raise your interest rate.
Okay, well that's fine, but factually in the proposal we give to the homeowner,
Yes.
the monthly amount is based on what they would have you paying 12 years at 2.99%, assuming the full income tax credit was applied.
And,
That's
and
how
that-
it currently
right.
is.
And that's what I'm stating. They ought to have something in there saying if you do not apply the ITC credit, you may have a year, 2 extra years to pay the difference of your ITC credit if you decide to keep it.
So yeah, so if you pay off another $10,000 on a 20% interest credit card, you're going to pay that 2.99% another 2 years or 3 years because you didn't apply it to the initial loan. Period.
Which overall, if you got a credit card that you're paying 12.99 or 15 or 18,
Exactly.
it's better off to pay
It's
that
a great
credit card.
deal.
Right.
Yeah, people love that. People love that feature.
Right.
I would rather pay the 2.99% for another 2 years than to
Oh yeah.
sucked into however many additional years it would be for 12% or even 17%. A lot of them are charged.
You don't need a home equity loan. You don't need a personal loan. You got this at 2.99.
So it's a beautiful finance platform, to be honest.
And that's why we wanted to talk about this tonight because and I'm glad you brought that up because you actually looking at something that you're like, okay, well, I owe $10,000 on a credit card and I'm paying some people 18%.
Oh yeah, easy.
Well, if I pay this $10,000 credit card off from keeping my ITC credit,
Yeah,
and I'm only paying 2.99%, that's a no-brainer.
that's a no-brainer.
And that's where you become the educators and inform people.
Exactly.
And when you start teaching and helping your customers, your friends, soon to be
That's the
friends,
trust factor, baby.
and yes, and when you show them that, and you say,
Yes.
and they're like, "Wow, I didn't think about that." Say, "Well, what? Look at your."
You're looking out for them.
Right.
You're
Get your
looking out for them.
credit. Yeah, get your credit card bill out right now. What did you pay in interest on this last month? Well, I paid $100. Well, I had
Ugh.
$80 worth of interest. So you paid $20 on the principal. Why not pay that off?
No, that's good.
Yes, right, and right there, yeah, Susan. So that's a great point, and Karen
Yeah.
both. Yeah, and they're like, wow, this person is really looking out for me. And look, we
That's the
want
bottom line, right? Yeah.
right, yeah, and that's why today talking. I mean,
But we have to point it out to them, Lane.
Yes.
Like you said,
Yes.
they don't know what they don't know. They don't know,
Right.
And we have to make them aware to ask that question to the competitor.
Right.
You're,
It's
you're
like
saying they're going to give you something lower price? Are you
Right.
sure?
Right.
Let's compare apples to apples.
Exactly. Right. Oh, this solar company says I'm going to get this. Okay. Let me ask them this.
Yes.
Does my interest rate go up? Number one, if I don't pay back the ITC credit. If I do, is my payment going up? But if I don't pay it in the first year and the government splits it up into 3, 5 years, 2 years,
They have the
is
option
my
to do
interest rate
that.
is my stuff going to go up until it is paid off that I get back from the government? Because the overall, if it goes 5 years on what, like Steve was dealing
And
with.
Lane, you used your own personal experience. You
Yeah.
are probably, and more than likely, and I'm going to say 75%, more than likely not going to get back that full 30%, even on your first year. You are more than likely not going to receive 30% back from the IRS return because they got their own configurations built in that you're not going to win on.
And let me tell
Why
you something.
take that chance?
Let me tell you something, Susan. And I'll be honest with you. Out of the 7,500, we're getting 5,700 this year.
I'm telling you,
As a
dude,
credit.
I've been working for the past 3 years. I have been effing with the IRS. I cannot.
Yeah.
My whole life, I've paid my dues. I've worked hard. I've never collected a dime.
Right.
Twice I
And
got laid off from companies and took some money out of my IRA. I cannot get away from it, dude. I feel for you.
And
It was
honestly,
my money.
yeah.
And yeah.
And honestly, they based it on credit, but overall, when they did stuff, our overall factor back. And I'm being honest with you, and people that will watch this video, to let you know, we got an overall back dealing with taxes and all of, excuse me, everybody out there, you don't like it, all the crap.
Yep.
We got $5,700. Now next year, they said we were getting the full 3,000. They put it in writing to us, so we should get that. So overall, 10,500. They applied credit and this and that and stuff right there. We did get it, but it was a different factor. But what we owed them. So as I've said, we ended up really owing about $1,500. I pretty much paid back about $2,000 already, and I'm still paying. So next year we should owe nothing. I will just owe the finance company the difference.
Yeah.
But now, as a person, as a salesperson, as a friend, as an advisor, this is what's different from us, from a salesperson, everybody. And I'm saying this to everybody in the crew that will see this. You are an advisor. You're helping to reach out to the customer, family, friends, whatever, stranger. You're an advisor. You're looking to reach out to them and say, look, I've got to make a living, but I want to give you all the facts in front of you. You need to know this. this is what's happening. This is what you get here. This is what's happening here. This is happening with the finance company. This is the payments. This is where it's at. If you got any questions with this other company that's coming in and says, oh, they're going to give you all this and that and this stuff, I'm not saying that they won't, but you need to question it.
Let's ask
and
questions.
Look, right. You need to sign by now, because you know what? I want, when you're sitting with that customer or talking with them, I want what's best for you. You may not run across that every day in everything that you do in this world, but I truly, as a crew advisor, want what is best for you, what is going to help you save money, what's going to be best for you and your family, and this is what I want. I will give you all the numbers. I will give you all the facts. You can then go out to whoever else, whatever other solar company or whatever, put the same numbers in front of them. We might be a little higher here, might be a little lower, but our interest rate ain't going up. The ITC, from the ITC credit, your payment's not going up. You can take the difference. If you're getting $10,000 back, you got $10,000 on a credit card at 15.99%, 18, 12,
Yeah,
and apply it to that.
But talk to your tax person. Here's what I would say.
Yes.
Take advantage of the 3.99, the
Yes.
4.99, the 5. Whatever it is that you land in, take
Yes.
advantage of that.
Yes.
Take this loan money, apply it to your other high paid, get it paid off so you can get out of debt, period. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes, plain and simple. And when you deal with people like that, and they talk with you on the phone, and you're across the table with them, and they see the true concern that you have for them.
You're not selling, you're informing.
Yes, we are educators. We're informing, we're
That's
educators.
right. We're not selling.
Right. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Well, I mean, right here, the very term, the definition of it just really fits to play advocate. You're there to represent that person in the best interest of that person. But y'all know me, sometimes I come up with some redneck analogies or examples that sometimes are off the wall, but it'll make you think for a second. If y'all have ever thought about it where you watch a movie or something and I'm thinking of Back to the Future 3 where he's back in the West and they're at the carnival and this guy's selling whatever tonic that's guaranteed to do this and got all these shiny advertisements, he's like, from the latest stuff in Europe or Asia, this special tonic water, when you tell people what they want to hear and you really dress it up and glamour it up, I mean, for me, I've been in flea markets since I was 9 years old. To me, the more somebody tries to sell me something, the more cautious I get, the more on guard I am, the more flattering it is. And the quick, they tell me how great everything is, and I need to hurry and act now. Why can't I stop and wait a minute and think? Why do you not want me to slow down and think? That's the thing. That's something you really need to point out to people.
Listen,
why are you scared to let me slow down and think and research?
Jeremy, in today's world, it's even more so than ever. People are so smart. They can look up and research anything. Back in the day, we couldn't look up stuff. We had to rely on you selling the snake oil or whatever, right? Not today. These are smart people. People are smart. They research freaking everything. And so the more honest you are, like you said, absolutely. You know what? They don't believe the snake oil message anymore. They know that's not true. And it's, look, here's your options. You can go with company A. They're going to say this and this. You can go to company B or you can come to C. Here's what you're going to get with me and GeoStellar, right? And you're absolutely right. People don't go for that sales crap anymore. They just want to have a conversation and they want you to be honest.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. It's like they don't want to give you time. That's the big flag to tell them. If they're trying to rush you to hurry up and sign, are they scared you're going to find something wrong?
Yep.
I mean, that's, like I said, that's my big thing. If you turn around and you're scared to reply, or if you're scared to give them an answer. And that's one thing that we've mentioned on here. I've told Steve, I've told various others, say, if you don't know the answer, don't lie, don't make it up. Say, you know what, I'm not sure. I'll get you the answer though.
Right.
Give me a day or two and I'll get you the answer.
And don't
and
let anybody pressure you, whether it's AC or solar or anything, to sign on the freaking dotted line. Don't let them pressure you, because you'll get pressured. Don't do that. Don't succumb. Wait, give yourself 24 hours. Let's talk about it, and let's get the right option for you, period. It may not be with me. That's okay. But I will walk you even through with what they have, and let's make sure, period.
And that is exactly the way to handle it. And I mean, the thing is, people can see it. And a lot of times, I mean, you know, my wife's got a 2015 Chevy Sonic. To me, it's an overgrown golf cart. Okay, it's small. And I got 3 kids, 2 bucket seats up front, 3 kids in the back seat. Now, my oldest girl, she's skinny. The other girl, she's kind of built like me. My boy, he's definitely built like me. You know, and the thing is, in the back seat of that little car, it don't take long. They're getting tired, and give me some elbow room. You know, they're growing. And the thing is, you know, we were looking at other vehicles, you know, maybe trade it in, get something a little bigger. So, you know, but we stopped and we looked, and I go in and look at a car. I'll go after hours when they're not there, so I'm not being under the gun and pressured. I can look at the price tag. I can look and see. See, why are they scared to let you look at it? That's why I go, because I want to have time to think things through. I want to have time to plan. I want to have time to calculate. I want to break out the calculator. I don't want somebody harping down my throat telling me I need to act now. If I need to act now, the answer is no. You're talking about some salespeople giving you a funny look. Say, this is my price range. This is what I can pay a month. If you can't do that, the answer is no. If I got to act now, the answer is no.
Okay,
but people do that. Yeah.
Let me bring something up here, and Steven's been texting me privately, and I hope he doesn't mind. But the folks that he's talking with, the contract and stuff, they said, well, can they keep the ITC credit? And I said, with us or them, and he goes, with us. I said, yes, they can keep it. There's no increase in interest or payments. I said, but as per the other company, you have to ask that finance company. I said, Steve, you cannot answer this yourself because you don't know what the other finance company is stating. And that's why that's why I've been talking about this tonight. We don't know what the other finance company is. They may not do that, but pretty much guaranteed the other finance company, if you do not apply this ITC credit to your solar panel payments,
and
your interest is going to go up and your payment's going to go up.
Steve, to reiterate what Lane's saying, my experience has been with our competitors, all competitors.
Yes.
They are selling your same person, your customer right now, and saying, oh, it's not going to be a $30,000 install. Take 30% off because this is really how much you're going to pay. And then they're going to walk away, and a year later, that customer is going to be paying not only, they're going to be paying an increase in their interest rate and everything else. This is where they are dishonest, and they are not upfront and transparent. And that is, Lane's been hounding this in on us for the past hour, but with GeoStellar, you can take that, whatever you get back from the government. We can't even guarantee they're going to get a 30%. There is no guarantee on that. You don't know what anybody owes in their taxes. They may not be tax eligible to get anything.
Exactly.
Which is why GeoStellar says, look, for the first year, you only have to pay interest. For the next 12 years, 13 years, or the next 20 years, you're going to pay this. And it's going to be at whatever we've assessed you at, 2.99, 5.9, whatever. Know that we are real and honest, whether you pay back us with that, whatever you get back from the IRS or not, because there is no guarantee. There, and look, Lane's seen this right up front. There's no guarantee that you're getting that whole 30% back that first year. And they got 5 years, but who knows? So yeah, make it as a one lump sum loan. Hopefully you'll get that, but then you just don't know.
Well, see, we don't know if the people are going to be in Lane's situation where they're not going to get that money. They may be having to pay it back to the government.
And let me tell y'all something. The reason I put my personal information out there is because I wanted to, with this, because I'm going to post this, I want people to understand I have solar panels in my house. We were due the credit. We've got the credit. The government broke it up, even though we owed them money. We owed them $12,000. Instead of them taking the full $10,500 this year, they split it up and deducted here and there, this much this year and next year. I'm just telling you, the ITC credit with most folks, on the average, I would probably say probably about 85, 90% are going to get the ITC credit. Okay. All right, along there. And don't get me into the analyticals or analyst numbers, but I'm just saying pretty much you're going to get this credit. But what I'm saying and what I'm trying to put here right now towards everybody, and everybody will see, is my personal experience, my personal financing and stuff I put out there for you to understand and see. And talking with Susan and Jeremy and Karen here and Steve, and what I'm dealing with, talking with Steve and things he's got and customers and talking with Jeremy, I put my personal stuff out here for you to understand that when you're dealing with your customer, your friend, your family member, whoever it may be, you are honest and upfront with them and say, look, we want what is best for you. The solar panels, you know, you're going to save money overall. You're going to do this. You get the ITC credit. You may get other incentives or rebates depending on where you're at. But this is what the numbers that we set before you with GeoStellar when they come through, the financiers, and then with GeoStellar, and set right here where my hands are. They set the contract in front of you. You get online, you sign that. That is your bottom line numbers. That's where you're at. Whether you pay the ITC credit back, they might send you something and say, if you don't pay it back, we may add on a year or two for you to pay the difference in the principal off.
Yep.
That is not saying that your interest rate's going to go from 2.99, hey, that you're approved for, it's not going to jump up to 6.79. And, oh, by the way, your payment at 2.99 at $120, guess what? It's going to jump up to $200 if you don't pay it. No, your payment's $120. Your interest rate's 2.99. You're approved for.
Our transparency is beautiful.
Yes, right.
Our transparency,
right,
and honesty,
right,
will win, but not everybody can hear it. That's the problem.
No.
When you're having the conversation, sometimes they don't hear it.
Right.
But that's okay. You're not going to win everything.
No. I've lost that. But the most important thing that you can do is let them know. Say, look, you can go with me, go with another company. I'm just telling you, these are the numbers that we've come to you with.
Yep. And allow me to actually review that agreement with you.
Right.
Not to sell you, but just to guide you and point out anything that I think might be a little funny.
Right. And say, you know
that's
what?
all I can do for you.
Right. So, you know, you might want to look at line number 10 right there. It says, if you do not pay this ITC credit back, we will increase your rate up to 6.99.
There you go.
Did you see that line?
It's like the fine line. Yeah, the fine print, right?
The fine print. Most people will not look at that. Say, that's something you need to look at. I'm looking out for you, and I want you to say. And I tell you what, I work with a buddy right now doing the tree business here and the solar business here. But doing tree business, we have had more people come to us because they felt comfortable with us being honest and coming up front and telling them this and that. So you can go with somebody else you want. But this is our bottom line. This is what we do. This is that. And we've had more people come to us and use us because they're like, we felt comfortable with you. And that's the bottom line. as a crew member and a partner, it's being honest in whatever we can get out there. Maybe you lose 2 or 3, 4, 5, 10 sales now or something like that pricing, but in the future, when it comes down to it, once it starts rolling and they truly believe in you as like, hey, this person was honest with me. You need to use them. Yeah, you need to use them. Hands down, they cared about me. And that's the way I am with people. I care about what's best for them.
I know you are. It's just being able to effectively get that message across. And you know what? You were so brave to share even your own personal IRS situation. That's why I wanted to share with you. Look, I've been in the same situation for the past 3 years. I just want you to know that, because that can be a sensitive thing, but you were very honest, and it presents a very valid point, and we need to be honest. We need to share that with our customers. Like, there's no guarantee you're getting X dollars back next year. There is no guarantee like these other companies are presenting. It's a falsehood. Yeah. Period.
And that's why along the lines of my personal stuff, as Jeremy and Karen and some of y'all that have been on here with me before, I put it out there. I don't hide anything. What you see with me and what I say is what you get, and I'm honest and put it out there because it's the best thing for you as a crew partner to put out there, to be honest. I will tell customers, hey, I owe this much. I've already talked to some today. I said, I owe this much and I got this back. And I'm trying to do something. And some have said, we're not going to do it. We're looking at an extra $80 a month in solar payments, and we're only getting 69%, 70% solar. They're not going to do it. And I said, I appreciate it, and I thank you for looking at us. But just move on. I'm not saying that not every situation is going to close, but don't become downhearted. Keep moving forward. As you continue to do that, be honest in what you do. Be forward in what you do. Let people know that when you talk to them, you truly care about what you're doing and that you're trying to help them. And you know what? Maybe they don't go solar right now. They may come back to you in 6 months and go, you know what? I've been looking. I really want to go solar. I want to go with you because I talked to you 6 months ago. The prices weren't quite there. But now that the utility companies have increased and payment-wise, we want to go solar, and we want to go with you. And that's the way you look at it. And you're building a relationship. It is not a sale. It's a relationship with people that you deal with.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Lane. I got to run. But, man, so awesome. You, Jeremy, Karen, thank you, Steve, all you guys.
Right.
I got to run. Looking forward to working with y'all.
All right. Great, Susan. Have a good evening, lady.
Glad to have you here.
All right.
Just remember, that's what we're here for. Y'all.
Right on.
Redneck, even if we got to go that route.
I love her redneck boy.
Hey, and everybody, we need to pray. We need to pray for Jenny. She sent me a text. She's got stomach virus like I had last week. So let's pray for her, okay? And let's remember to pray for all the folks down in Houston.
In Texas, baby. You
That's
bet.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
And Vicky, my wife says hi to everybody too.
All right.
Okay. Aaron, Steve, y'all got anything?
I thank you. I don't have anything else. I have something else I was going to get onto too, but if there are any other questions, I'm here.
Go ahead. If you got questions, let's put them up. If not, I'm going to end the meeting so I can roll this up and get it loaded up and get it on YouTube.
All right. Actually, I do have one clarification. So yes, and I do have family in Houston, so they've had they have a serious mess down there.
I remember you.
Somebody at Geostellar told me something that I want to see if either you or any of the three of you happen to know this.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm muted and I meant to come on. Turn on the. All right.
Well, we heard you.
Okay. I was told that because I was thinking like for the Gulf Coast, we know every certain number of years we're going to have a hurricane. The lights are going to come and go. And so if I'm helping someone install solar, but I want to have them have a battery. And the guy I spoke to, and I know they're kind of pricey, but we know it's going to happen. And right now, many people have a generator because they know they're going to lose power. What the guy at GeoStellar said is, don't buy a battery; they're too expensive. You don't want to do that. And the other thing he said is that the way it's set up, once the hurricane's gone and the sun comes out, they're going to have power anyway. And so even if the electric lines, if the grid is down, that because they have solar panels, they would have power. Is that your understanding? Does somebody, like a local electrician, kind of question that? Or
Well,
so the question is, if the grid is down, if you have solar panels, do you still have power?
along the lines of that, I've not run into that, but the factor that I have been told when mine were installed is that when the grid goes down, my system, they may produce it, whether it's in the house, I don't know that yet, but it will not push anything back into the line. So pretty much the system is shut down because it will not electrocute the guy down the block when he's working on the panels. Now with GeoStellar, it might be different because who did my installs and stuff was a different company. GeoStellar might have something set up for a shut off to extra power to go back in. They might have it. But as for me, as far as I know, when the system goes down, I am down.
Okay, well, thank you. I will push GeoStellar on that. I was kind of intrigued to learn that. Actually, what he said is actually your neighbors will get a little bit of power too.
Well, they might, but for me, once the power's off, my power's off.
So thank you. I hear that for yours, and I will double check with GeoStellar because and certainly right now I wouldn't want to try to sell anything to anybody in Houston. They all need to just find a warm bed and figure out how to clean up all the muck. But give it 3 months, 6 months when people want to never do that again. Anyway, so I'll ask GeoStellar. Thank you for your experience, Lane.
Yeah, and it's like I've said about the batteries. They are expensive. They are coming down. I guarantee in about another year, they're going to be very reliable, very efficient, and it's going to kill the electrical grid. But as of right now, unless somebody just downright wants them. But now you need to understand, too, when you're doing that, if somebody is looking for in the future to possibly add the batteries, you need to put that in your notes to GeoStellar because they can then design the system to add them on later. There are different factors in adding them in, and that's something that you need to put in there.
Well, thank you. I will call GeoStellar and get that clarification because to me it would be a selling point.
Right.
Because we have enough storms that the lights flicker. I mean, as a kid, I kind of was fun when we got out the candles, but people would since people currently buy generators, I'll check and I'll report back and let you guys know.
Thank you. Hey, I like feedback. Lets us know where we're going and what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have no more questions. Anybody else? I think Lane. I think we'll release you and Jeremy and Steve.
Well, I'm trying to attend to something else too. So
so am I. I've got about 3 texts. Okay, y'all. Let's call it even. Let me get this loaded up, and I will post it on there, YouTube as soon as I can. It's gonna probably take about an hour for it to zip up. 8:18. It'll take about an hour, and I'll zip it up there, and we'll go from there. Okay, y'all.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lane. Good night.
Y'all have a great evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.